Hello everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the weekly report. A new COVID variant, just in time for election season. Just 4.5 months since President Biden declared an end to the COVID emergency, the media is suddenly full of stories about the return of COVID. This time, a new variant is being rolled out, and the media, in collusion with Big Pharma and the fear industrial complex, are churning out stories about how forced masking is making a comeback. Also, the unvaccinated are again to be denied basic human rights in the name of fighting a virus that the vaccine demonstrably does not protect against. In short, they are desperately trying to revive the tyranny, insanity, and utter irrationality of the 2-year COVID scare. And they are pretending none of us remembers how they destroyed society with their lockdowns, mask mandates, and vaccine mandates. They are hoping that none of us will remember the suicides, lost jobs, broken marriages, increased alcoholism and drug abuse, and the rest of what went along with the world's experiment with global lockdown. Even Fauci himself is back like a moth drawn to the light of publicity, despite all the scientific evidence that the lockdowns were a disaster, that they did far more harm than good. Fauci has reemerged with his trademark arrogance and claimed that they were the right thing to do and should be done again if that's what it takes to force people to take the vaccine, a vaccine that does not work. They won't even allow us to mention the spike in all-around mortality or the millions who may have been vaccine injured the first time around. They want us to think that 20-year-old world-class athletes have always just dropped dead of heart attacks out of the blue. It's all normal. Don't question it. What are you, some kind of a conspiracy theorist? Are you a science denier? Yes, look for a renewal of all those old hollow phrases used to attack those of us who can see with our own eyes and hear with our own ears. Their slogans are meant to silence any debate. The same experts like Fauci who claimed, "I am the science," are back, and they shamelessly demand a silence against us. The big question is, why are they doing this, and how do they think they can get away with it a second time? One reason they believe they can get away with it again is that no one has ever been punished for what they did the first time. The federal government made sure that the pharmaceutical companies would not be liable for vaccine damages. The public figures who openly became monsters demanding the unvaccinated be drummed out of society and maybe even off the face of the earth have not been shamed or shunned. Politicians who displayed cowardice and worse have not been voted out of office for their treachery. Why are they coming back around for another round of COVID tyranny? Fear is a weapon to gain control. Last time around, they generated fear to radically change how America voted. Suddenly, everyone was mailed ballots. How closely were they checked? No one knew, and no one dared ask. The people who did ask about the election are now facing jail terms. They want us to shut up while they do it again. Will we?